Hey everybody, it is Carrie with Trail Traveler, and we have got a beauty of a refrigerator to show you here. This is the new ICECO APL20. This is a 20 liter or 21 quart refrigerator. It's got two different sections in here, but it is a single zone. So I want to make that clear. It's a single zone. This aluminum construction on here is absolutely gorgeous. Totally love it. Although I know that the way we do things and load up the Jeep and everything, it's probably going to get dinged up a little bit, but you can get a cover for it, which is really nice. It'll help, keep it looking good and possibly even improve the performance a little bit. Now, like most of or all of the ICECO refrigerators that I know of use a ICECO compressor. That's a top of the line compressor. It's got 5-year warranty on it. You shouldn't have any problems. The refrigerator itself weighs 22.9 pounds. So it's actually pretty light and it runs off 12 volt power. I've got it powered here by a Bluetti AC70. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. You've got 25 by 14.9 by 11.6 inches. And when it's running, it's going to use 0.293 kilowatt hours over 24 hours, for whatever that's worth. It's just their number. And there is an app to control it, which is really nice. Our older refrigerator, the ICECO VL45, did not have an app. So it's nice to have that. Now let's talk about performance, because to me, that is really what defines whether a refrigerator is good or not. If it can't last for a long time on a battery, then what good is it really, right? And the APL20, I'm going to bring up my notes here because I want to have the accurate number here, outperformed every refrigerator we have ever tested. And we've tested some very efficient refrigerators. On average, a 12 volt fridge of pretty much any size will generally run for about, say, 70 to 75 hours off of the AC70, which is 768 watt hours, just so you know. So you'll usually get right around 3 days of continuous runtime, because it cycles on and off, so it's not continuous, but you'll normally get right around 3 days of power on something like the AC70. What did this guy do? 94 hours and 41 minutes. Blowing away everything else we've ever tested. Blew my mind. It is absolutely incredible. So it's fairly lightweight, it's fairly compact. You've got nice aluminum hinges on the front. It opens up nicely. Now some of the fridges have the soft close feature. This doesn't, but it doesn't come down and smash your hands. But we're going to talk more about the insides of this in just a moment. Some pros and cons of it, and things that we like and don't like. It does have really nice metal handles on it, so you want to strap it down into your vehicle or to a fridge slide. The handles are very, very secure on here. I'll flip it around here. You can see the front of it has color display, very simple controls, power, plus and minus, the current temperature in it. It says 50 degrees right now because I just put some warm stuff in it. And it's got 13.1 volts going into it from this guy. But let's talk about getting this thing set up the first time. And it wasn't the smoothest experience, oddly enough. And in on Facebook, there's a group for the APL35, which is a bit larger than this. And a lot of people were complaining that the temperature reading was not matching the internal temperature. And I experienced the same thing with this. sort of. Let me get through all this so you understand exactly what I'm talking about. So if I had this set at 37 degrees, my digital thermometers, and I used two different ones just to be sure, were both showing the same temperature. It was about 6-7 degrees off. It was warmer than what it said. So I would have to turn this down to get that. And over a couple days, I would adjust it. And there's a way of calibrating it on here. It's not that hard. But I would adjust it and then it would drift off. And I would adjust it and it would drift off. However, after about a week of this sitting here running continuously, when I did my final adjustments, it was perfect. The calibration is at 0 right now. And it shows on the display what my internal thermometers would show. So my takeaway on that is if you get a brand new APL series refrigerator, plug it in, put some stuff in it, and let it run for a week or so. If you're going to try and take it out the very first weekend that you get it, understand it might not be 100% accurate right off the bat. Put a thermometer in here to make sure that your food is either not going to freeze, or it's not going to thaw, or it's not going to be too warm, and just adjust it up and down accordingly. But give it a week or so to kind of settle in, break in, and then do your calibration checks. Because after maybe it was about 8 or 9 days, it was working absolutely flawlessly. And I basically reset all my calibrations to 0, and it's now working absolutely perfect. So there's that. Okay. Now, what I like about the fridge, I like the looks, the size is great. A 21 quart is fairly perfect. Well, it's absolutely perfect for a day trip. You're just going to go hit the trails for a day. You got drinks, you got your food, no problem. We took it out for a weekend, like 2 days, camping one night. Absolutely perfect, Depending on, if you're trying to have a family of 6 with food and drink and everything, this might be a little small. But for a couple or with one kid, could be a really nice weekend fridge. Is it good enough or big enough for, a 7-day overlanding trip? No, probably not. You're going to want something bigger, like the 35 or something larger. But for most people, this is going to be a great fridge. Now, as I mentioned, there's 2 compartments in here, a larger one and a smaller one, although, again, it is a single zone, so there's only one temperature control for it. This side, great, put your sandwiches, some snacks, things like that. We put drinks and, the bulk food over on that side. Now, over here, it's plenty big enough to lay down a water bottle. Inside, we've got water bottles, we've got Monsters, we got sodas in here. However, and this is the thing that I dislike the most about it, and may not be a problem for you, but when we're out on just a single day trip, most of this is basically drinks, and we take a lot of water. Well, this is a standard water bottle. Here we have a Monster Energy drink. Well, the Monster Energy drinks fit fine standing up. The water bottles, if I stand it up in there, it doesn't close. That is one thing I wish they would have done a little better on, is it would make organizing your stuff in here a little easier. Now, certainly you can lay them down on their side, but if you're just trying to line up some bottles so that you can just grab one and pull it out real quick, that's not going to happen. You have to lay a standard water bottle on its side. Small, maybe, deal breaker, probably not for most people. Just something to be aware of. And if that bothers you, just go up to the next size. What's really nice about this is the price. It is $499. You get it on Amazon, get it delivered to you, no problem, comes pretty quick, and the warranty is fantastic on these. I have been dealing with ICECO for a few years. I think they're one of the best companies out there when it comes to refrigeration units, and warranties never been an issue. Customer service has never been an issue. They really are a great company to work with, and I highly recommend their products. Our favorite refrigerator that we've ever had is our VL45. It's been fantastic. This guy will now go with us on a lot of trips simply because it's smaller and we don't need that big size refrigerator all the time. This is perfect for those day trips, single overnight trips, things like that. So for those purposes, this is a fantastic refrigerator. It holds temperature extremely well. I mean, obviously, if it can run for over 4 days, almost 5 days on one power station, it must be very efficient at holding temperature. As you can see, the walls in this thing are super, super thick. Let me tilt it up even more. I mean, the walls in here are super, super thick. Tons of insulation in here, which really helps the efficiency of this refrigerator. So, are you looking for something in this size? Something that's got nice looks, something that's got an app, something that works really well, super efficient, not going to kill your battery? Well, the APL20 may be an excellent choice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close it up here. We'll latch it down, and I'm going to pull up the app. Okay, we pull up the ICECO app here. I see the APL20 there. Connect to the device. Okay, it says it's 48 degrees inside, so it's going down. From when I adjusted it, we can turn it on and off. We can go from refrigeration to freezer mode very, very quickly. Just one tap of the button there. We have max and eco. So we generally run it on max unless we're running it off a power station for extended periods of time, in which case we'll put it on eco. And we have more settings. Battery protection, I generally keep on medium when I'm running it on a power station. That will pretty much deplete this thing completely. If you're running it off the battery of your car, you probably want to go in here and set it on low. That way, if it pulls too much power and it drains your car battery, it will shut off while there's still enough power left in the battery to start your engine. So that's a good thing. And your only other option here is Fahrenheit or Celsius. So pretty simple to use device, very easy app, absolutely love it. So check them out at ICECOfreezer.com. I think you're going to be super happy with any of the APL series refrigerators. I know we are. So thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Kerry with the ICECO. Look in the links below for how to order it and get yourself a new fridge if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there with some cold beverages. We'll see you on the trails.